I wasn't going to mention this. I was just going to kind of let it come out naturally. But it's probably not fair. Saw a few people in the Discord asking questions. And, you know, fuck it. It's not, you know, we've had great support down the years. So it seems only reasonable to just sort of rip the Band-Aid off and tell people about it up front. So basically, you know, I've been trying to take stock where I am, you know, in life and, you know, what I'm doing. And, you know, I'm getting old, in case you haven't noticed. And there's a ton of stuff I want to do. And also, you know, I think to this column that Hunter S. Thompson wrote a long time ago. It was a terrible column in, like, 2001. And it was when Hunter S. Thompson had sort of become a burnout. And he was an American legend, but an ESPN basically gave him a pity job writing sports columns for ESPN, and they were mostly terrible because they were at the end of his career. And then in 2005, he would blow his brains out. But in 2001, he wrote a column, and it was called "Where Were You When the Fun Stopped?" That's what it was called. Now, the best thing about the column is the title. The column's actually about, like, making stupid bets. It's about sports gambling and how stupid it is when you just bet with your heart or bet frivolously or bet on the, like, long odds and stuff like that. Forget the contents of the column. It's mainly the title. And what I like about the title is it surmises something that I think we all know instinctively to be true. And that is, there is one moment in your life where you basically can sort of pinpoint where you were enjoying something and then it became tedious and you no longer were enjoying it. You know, a job, a relationship, you know, whatever it might be. And so that title's always stuck with me. In fact, actually, that title got used for a fucking collection of songs that Hunter S. Thompson liked to listen to that was released on CD. But the title always stuck with me, Where Were You When the Fun Stopped? And I've been thinking a lot about that lately and thinking a lot about just esports in general and having contributed, you know, 17 years and just, and for what? For what? You know, to watch the industry grow into what it is, to see all the cancers that came into the scene metastasize and get worse and run ravage and run slipshod. And I used to, you know, want to fight to stop them, you know, from happening. But I have fought and I have lost. I have failed to do that. So, you know, when was the last time esports was fun for me? It was probably after Boston, probably Boston 2018. You know, the major, huge accomplishment. After that, E-League started going to shit. I left the company. Probably shouldn't. I probably should have at least stuck around till the end, set off a, you know, chain of events that just led to all sorts of horrible things happening in my life and resulted in me having to come back home to the UK. But it hasn't been fun. It's not been fun for a long time. The industry is garbage. I hate it. And I sort of came to the conclusion of just how much I hate it. Because the other day I was talking to someone from an esports organization, and they're going to be, you know, throwing their hat in for the major, and said, would you be interested in hosting it? And I said, not only can I think of nothing worse, I realize with each passing day I've wasted the best years of my life on an industry that I cannot stand for the most part. So no, thank you very much, you know, for the offer, but no, definitely retired. And so anyway, obviously I was meant to be, you know, working with Duncan and Monty, you know, on like doing this content creation company, and I just thought, you know what, I can't saddle myself to a long-term project in esports because I don't have a long-term future in esports. I want to drift down into irrelevancy now. I actually was afraid of that existential oblivion, but I actually welcome it now. I'd love to be irrelevant after yet another day of watching discussion around an article that I worked really hard at to devolve to, isn't he a cunt because he said something I disagree with about 3 clicks, Philip, for the millionth time. And it's just sad what esports is. It's sad if you work in any industry where you live long enough to essentially see yourself become irredeemably despised, and you can't do anything about it. All the good work doesn't matter. All the good work irrelevant. All the contribution irrelevant. You're just you've been now sorted into the bad column, and you'll never get out of the bad column because it's the internet, and you can't get out of the bad column once you're in it. So, you know, I've been weighing all this up, and basically I told the guys today, I'm out. I'm going to start extricating myself from this wretched, festering carcass of a scene that is completely unrecognizable from the esports I started working in. And I'm not going to be doing by the numbers anymore. In fact, I have very little interest in producing esports podcasts in general. So, you know, I'm done with that. And, you know, I'll let everybody know, basically, basically they'd already signed a sponsorship deal, so I'm kind of fucking them up. We were in agreement to do 20 episodes of Revenge. I said, because I didn't want to fuck over the guys, I basically said, look, you can have the brand, have it for the 20 episode run, have Revenge. We'll find, you just replace me with someone, whoever it'll be. Let me know. We'll make the graphics all right and everything. But, you know, we started it back in May of 2015 was the first series. You know, it's June 2022. I think that's a hell of a run. Hell of a run for a podcast. And, you know, I just look at what we're up against. You know, the cahoots. How the flagship podcast for CSGO now is like, you know, a walking fucking commercial for ESL. I see Saudi money everywhere and no one talking about it. Like, I can't say the same things week in and week out anymore. So it's still gonna be going. It'll still be on Insight on CSGO. I don't know who my replacement's gonna be, but it won't be me anymore. So I'm just done with that. I said I'll still appear on the Four Horsemen as a guest. But I just have no interest in saying the same things week in, week out, to have to run the gauntlet of abuse every time an episode goes out, to have a workflow now, which, you know, again, increasingly the workflow became, you know, record the show, give the VOD to Sam edits out the timestamps so people can't take things out of context and wreck us. We can't even stream it live anymore because people keep mass reporting the channel. I've lost emotes, so, you know, it's like, whatever, guys. Like, fuck it. All right, you win. You killed it. Brilliant. So, I don't know what those guys are going to do with it. It's up to them. I don't know if I'll bring it back for me. I say, as it stands, I have no interest in doing an esports podcast in general. I'll still talk about esports and still chime in with my opinions. I'm still going to complete all of the big reports I've been working on for a few years and get all that published this year. But yeah, slowly but surely, I'm going to basically remove just parts of esports from my life until there are no parts of esports in my life, and I imagine I'll be much happier for it. So yeah, I saw people asking about it and saying stuff like, "Oh wow, look at all the stuff that's happening! Can't wait for the next By the Numbers." Definitely go and still support By the Numbers. Definitely go and watch it. Go watch Duncan and whoever he's with. You know, just you know, don't not watch the show because I'm not on it. But yeah, I'm done with it. I'm done with the bollocks. I'm gonna try, and in however many years I've got left on the fucking mortal coil, I'm gonna try and fucking do less stuff that stresses me out and try and find something that I enjoy.
I let you off once before, but you still got the nerve to come